Trenchard Smith in to replace him. And I remember going to Byron and to saying to Byron that if George goes, then we all go too, and you won't have a bike gang, because George was the one who employed us, and we'll stand behind George.
Anyway, I remember about 3 o'clock in the morning waking up, and I went into the office because we slept in the office, and I said, look, I'm not an arrogant man, but one arrogance I do have is that I can make movies. And I knew deep down how to make the movie, even though all these things were going wrong.
I went to visit Grant in hospital and to see him, and he asked me if I could do the work for him because he couldn't do it, and if I could. And I was quite surprised that he'd passed it on over to me, and he kept saying, you can do it, you just do this and this and this. I didn't have the setup ability that he had, but he talked me through a couple, and so I just did it until he was able to get out, because he needed his 24 hours in hospital before he booked himself out with his hop and his walking stick and his plastered nose and his broken ribs and his pissing blood. Because he just didn't want to stop.
I get home from location one night, and there's Grant Page lying on a beanbag in the production office, and he's taken his cast off. And I said, Grant, what are you doing? You should be in hospital. He said, I've signed myself out of hospital. I said, Grant. He said, don't worry, I've been here plenty of times before. And the next day, we're shooting on location, and Grant Page turns up. He said, okay, I'm ready to start work. I said, okay. And he started directing stunts from the wheelchair.
They had plaster on his nose, plaster on his arm, definitely had some on his leg. And there he was, directing the stunts and creeping around, but doing it, you know, like he didn't have any plaster on him.
He just cut the cast off after about 3 days and threw it away. I asked him one day, well, how do you do it? He said, oh, pain and pleasure go up the same veins for me. Okay.
And George said, I'd never seen this before. He's amazing. I've never seen it before. And he was a doctor that had been patching up people and putting people in hospital. And he had never seen that kind of will in someone, because he'd always seen the defeated will. And people were not defeated and were wanting looked after, and he didn't realise that people could actually be hurt and say, get out of the way, I'm still going to operate free. I don't need you. And that blew him out and scared him too at the same time, because he didn't feel like he was out of his depth somehow. And I think at the same time, it was what he was after in the movie. He got what he wanted. And it was a bit scary when he got what he wanted.